Hey everyone, this is Simone Watson, and I am now here to talk about my book ideas because I have a lot of them. Um, so I mentioned just now, like a few minutes ago in my previous video, that I would like to write a first draft of a book in April during Camp NaNoWriMo and write a first draft in May and a first draft in June. And then I'm also going to be working on a business venture and somewhere in May and June carve out time to, edit my previous books and do things like that. Somehow I'm going to carve out time when I need to edit, but I still want to keep on writing new stuff so that I have new stuff written and that my writing muscles are being flexed and etc. So I'm going to try and make this video under 5 minutes. Let's shoot for under 4.5, okay? Because I could talk about these ideas forever. That's why I need to go write them. But I'm trying to choose which ideas to write for these next 3 months. And I need one for April, one for May, and one for June. And yeah, there are a lot of things going into this, like which ones need research and which ones am I most excited about and which ideas can I flesh out the most. But I still have these next few days to decide and flesh them out and do all those kinds of things. And I think in whichever genre I'm going to write, I need to start reading more in that genre. And so that's something I need to try and do, is set aside time every day to read. Especially this week. I'm going to be reading a lot this week. Hopefully, but then yeah, I'm gonna try and read a lot this week and then during those months. So anyway, let's get straight to the ideas because let's not calculate how much time we have left, which is good. Okay, so the first idea is furlough. I've mentioned it to you guys before. I started it November 1st for NaNoWriMo. It is about an estranged brother and sister, Michael and Rena, who bond over the summer while the brother is temporarily home from prison. So yes, young adult contemporary. Second one, Camel Book, about a girl who can jump into her drawings. It's not called Camel Book, I just don't know what to call it. But this girl can jump into her drawings. I started it during NaNoWriMo. I started it as a chapter book for children. And my brother said something that was like, hey, I would love to illustrate that. And so now I'm thinking, I'm not sure whether it's better serve as a chapter book or as a graphic novel. So if it ends up being a graphic novel, that would be awesome because I get to collaborate with my brother. My brother is this extremely talented visual artist. He has a degree in graphic design, so it just might make sense. And he has said before, I asked him once, what do you think about graphic novels? Would you want to work on one? And he was like, yeah. But at that time, I didn't give a specific graphic novel idea, so I don't know. Maybe. We'll see on that one. Third idea is Sliding Block, which is about a courier trying to go back in time to steal a puzzle piece. By courier, we mean people that travel through time to deliver things. That's the definition in this book. Trying to steal a puzzle piece. I've written a little bit of Sliding Block, and every time I've written it, I've had so much fun, like just a ridiculous amount of fun. And I've only written 2,000 words of it or so, but just, I don't know, I just loved it. So, maybe. Oh, and that's, I think, young adult sci-fi. Yeah, I think it's young adult. Then, Moron. That's another idea that could be fun. I haven't written any on it yet. About a student, like a middle schooler, I think, who pretends not to be smart because, like, we're just going to say he for the moment, because he used to get made fun of for being smart. So now he's, like, trying to fly under the radar, but, something happens causing him to need to use his intellect no matter what people say about him. So that could be interesting. And lastly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. My fifth idea that I'm going to talk about in this video is 17 Letters. Very tentative idea about this teenager taking a road trip for, I'm going to say her, for her birthday with, I don't even know who with. She takes a road trip and there's, I'm over the 4.5 minute mark. Oh well. She takes a road trip and I don't know, there's like some self-discovery or something. That's why I need to flesh out this idea further. But it's called 17 Letters because I was thinking maybe 17 people in her life have written her letters for her 17th birthday, and then like every day on the road trip she reads one, and then hopefully we could set it against the backdrop of an important historical event. So yeah, there we go. Those are my 5 main story ideas. I also would like to write a devotional, but I'm not going to put a set time on that. So right now I'm trying to take 3 of these 5 fiction ideas, or maybe some other fiction idea. Oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot one that's really important. Okay, we're just going to extend the deadline to 7 minutes because I forgot one that's really important that I somehow didn't write down. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. This is tentatively called Floodplain. This is idea number 6. It is about having bipolar disorder. And so that might be young adult contemporary. And it might be written in second person point of view. And I know some people might be mad, like, oh, second person. Well, I started writing it in first, and then I started writing it in second, and this story idea in second person is just, to me, it's like, I just love writing it in second person so much. It just feels good to write it that way. And so I think, yeah, I'm going to write it in second person. So that is Floodplain. That is idea number 6. So we've got Furlough, Camel Book, Sliding Block, Moron, 17 Letters, and Floodplain. 6 fiction stories, and I need to boil them down to 3 within the next few days, or at least pick which one will be written in the month of April. Oh yeah, I have 30 more seconds. Oh gosh, you guys. I just need to accept that I talk a lot. So, what was I saying was my dilemma here? Oh yeah, so whatever genre I'm going to write in, I need to read in that genre. Oh, and I have these little themes and bump it. We're just gonna go to 9. We're gonna go to 10 minutes. We're not gonna put a time limit. So sorry, you guys, no time limit. So, there are these little bits of ideas that could launch onto those other ideas. For example, a nerdy convention as a setting. That might be fun. I'm saying nerdy convention, but you know what I'm talking about, like fan conventions. That's probably what it's called, a fan con as a setting. That could be fun. Few agents seem to want that, but that's also just like a fun thing. A family reunion. I would like to set a story at an African-American family reunion because I feel like the culture there, like African-American culture is like so rich in the ideas that you can draw from. And I think family reunions are like a certain thing that I would like to explore further in story form because I really enjoy family reunions and yeah. So to maybe set one of my stories at a family reunion, if any of these stories can be set there, if I don't know, or have that come up as a setting in Sliding Block since there are so many settings. Oh, and one of the ideas I had recently was to try and have a book that shows some of the classic themes throughout African American literature, at least one of those classic themes, but in a modern day context. So for example, identity, right? If you've ever read the book Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, that was about a young black man trying to figure out where he like fits in, so to speak. And so, of course, that is not something that only happens to African Americans, but there are certain ways that different themes have been explored in African American literature. And it would be cool to take one of those themes, or more than one, and put it in a modern context. And so those few things, the convention, the family reunion, and the themes, I'm not making those separate ideas because those are like para ideas or something. I don't know. Those are things that could go with other things, but by themselves are not a thing. I don't know, so to speak. So yeah, I've just got those 6 that I need to narrow down and possibly do some planning. Furlough needs planning, I think, because I started it and it kind of fell apart without the planning. Not fell apart, actually. I got some good material written on Furlough in November, but it could use some planning. Sliding Block needs planning because time travel. Moron may need planning. 17 Letters may need planning. Floodplain may or may not need planning. I have a kind of a structure in mind for Floodplain, which is good. And what was the last one that I didn't mention? Oh, Camel Book. Well, we have to decide what kind of book that's going to be. So that in and of itself may be counted as planning. So, okay, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm happy. I'm happy to have so many ideas to choose from, and I'm excited to find out what happens. Okay, so bye.